Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm so glad that something brought you here, and I hope by the end of the video you'll decide to subscribe and become part of my beauty YouTube family. If you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support. It means everything to me. I am a little nasally tonight. I've got like some weird allergies going on, so I'm sorry for the way that sounds, or for the way that I sound. You guys, if you're new, I have 3 giveaways going on right now. 3 giveaways. One is a brand new Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette. Another one is a brand new NARS Quartz eyeshadow palette. And another one is a $35 Makiage gift card. So they're 3 separate videos, 3 separate giveaways, and I will have them all linked in the description box below. In case you're new and you want to get your entry into these giveaways, all you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment on the video, the giveaway video, which all 3 will be linked down below, like I said. So now that that's out of the way, you guys, I am so excited for today's video. It is no longer a secret. Charlotte Tillberry Airbrush Flawless Foundation is coming to BoxyCharm in March. It was a premium box option. I did choose it for my box. So I'm a BoxyCharm ambassador. I do get PR, but I'm also a paying customer. So I buy the base box and the premium box for myself outside of what I get in PR every month. I love BoxyCharm. I truly, truly, truly do. And it is so exciting to see Charlotte Tillberry in the box. Now, not only was it an option for the premium box, but I absolutely loved that if you don't get premium, it was also available in all shades in the Mega Drop Shop. So that is how I got this one so quickly. This is in the shade 3 Cool. For my premium box, I picked the shade 3 Neutral, which I am definitely a neutral undertone. But we'll talk about why I got the 3 Cool later in the video. I don't want to make this intro too long. I kind of just want to get into the video. But outside of trying this foundation, which by the way, it is my first time trying this foundation. I have some other Charlotte Tilbury foundation, but not this one. We're also going to use some other BoxyCharm products, create this look together, but I do want to mention the only thing that I did not love about the look that I created was the lip. So I did go ahead and change that out. I changed it from the lippy that I used in the video to the, I don't know where I put it now because I got a whole mess in front of me, but I changed it to the Pat McGrath Lust Gloss in Secret Lover. So that is what I have on my lips right now. Later in the video, it's something different that I did not love. But you guys, oh, there it is, sitting right in front of me. But anyhow, without further ado, y'all, let's jump in to trying out the Charlotte Tilbury and creating this look together. Okay, guys, let's jump right in. So as we all already know, Charlotte Tilbury is coming to BoxyCharm Premium in March, which is super, super exciting. I'm also a BoxyCharm ambassador, so I do get PR, and they sent all of us an email and had us put our shade in, and then some people were going to be selected to get one in PR, and I never heard back, so I don't think that I'll be getting that one, but I'm just humbled and excited to be on their PR list at all. If I missed out on getting this in their PR, that is totally okay, because I'm still getting one in my premium box, and then it was on sale on the Mega Drop Shop, which is going on right now, you all. I have so much on the way. I went apeshit crazy, but you all know how I am, so this is not going to be a huge surprise to any of you that have spent any time with me here. But so right now, so my first 2 orders have came in. They were smaller orders, and the shade that I have here is 3 Cool. I am a neutral undertone, and I believe that for this foundation, my shade is going to be somewhere between 3 and 5, and I'm a neutral undertone. So I put in the shade 4 Neutral for my PR in case I was to get selected. I never heard back, so I don't know if I'll be getting that one, but I did purchase I'm getting the 3 neutral in my premium box, and then I purchased 3 cool and 5 neutral on the sale. So somehow with all 3 of those, and if I do end up getting the 4 neutral in PR, something will be my perfect shade. I just know it. I have actually never tried this foundation, you guys. I have the Charlotte Tillberry Light Wonder, which I absolutely adore. It's like a tinted moisturizer, but with a little bit more coverage than your average tinted moisturizer, and I love it. So I'm really, really excited to give this a try. I did swatch it on my hand, but I have not let it kiss my face. And you guys, I think that I'm a little overexcited. Like, I feel like I have such high expectations for this right now that I hope it doesn't let me down. So the color, now, people like their foundation different. Some people like their foundation to be a little bit darker to match a self tan. Some people like it to be spot on with the color of their skin. And some people prefer their foundations to be a touch lighter than their natural skin to brighten their face. I fall in between the brighten my face and spot on. I don't like it to be darker because I don't self tan, and I don't like that line, and I don't love bringing foundation on my neck. I just don't. So the reason that I went with 3 Cool when I'm a neutral undertone is I looked up a bunch of people using it on YouTube, and it seemed that a few different people said the neutral undertone colors were pulling a bit yellow, which would be like a warm undertone. So I wanted to give the 3 Cool a try along with the 3 neutral, the 4 neutral, and the 5 neutral. But today I have the 3 Cool, so we're gonna rock with it and see what happens. Now, these are also 2 items that I got from the BoxyCharm Mega Drop Shop sale, and one of them is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Primer, Pro Filter Primer, and then also the Always an Optimus Illuminating Primer from Miss Selena Gomez Rare Beauty line. And here we go. I am a double priming chick. I like to use something to fill in my pores and fine lines, but I'm also a dry skinned girl, so I do like to use something for illumination as well. So we're gonna try these out. I'm going to use both of them because that is typically what I would do. I would use a pore filling primer and then something to give my skin a little bit of glow before going in with my foundation. I was going back and forth with myself when for the video if I wanted to use like some tried and true primers or if I wanted to try out the new primers together and the new foundation, and I decided we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna try all the new things. I have not used either of these primers, and look, you guys, I am in the middle of a makeup tour series here on the channel. So if you're not new here, you know I have a shit ton of primers, and I have a lot of them that I know work really well with pretty much any foundation. So if this doesn't go well, I will definitely revisit this foundation with some primers that I know to work really well. But let's go ahead and start with the Fenty, because this is a soft matte, so I would imagine it will be for filling in my pores and fine lines. You do get a ton of product in here. I really like the package as well. It's super heavy and luxe feeling, and it's frosted glass with a pump. I'm already moisturized. I used 3 different moisturizers because I'm so dry right now. And then I also used some of the Tarte Wink of H2O under the eye area. And let's jump on in. So that's the consistency on that. And I'll probably use a little bit more, but I just want to first, let's get a nice fresh smell. You guys, my skin has been so awful lately. It's been so dry and chalky that like my foundation, even foundations that have always worked really well for me have been looking so bad. I'm gonna get one more pump and kind of just tap it between my fingers and bring it up on my forehead, really get it into these fine lines in between my eyebrows, and then just kind of spread it out. But, and then not only that, something made me like a breakout. I was broken out all throughout here, all throughout here, all through my chin. You can still see that. That one there was probably one of the biggest blemishes I've ever had in my life. I do not have acne prone skin because I'm so dry, but it must have been
something that I was using that just was not agreeing with me, and so my skin has not been good lately at all. So I really like the way this feels. I want to just get a little bit more and kind of really focus it. I'm just so dry that my skin is just soaking it up. But I want to really press this in to fill in my pores and fine lines. And then we're going to use a little bit of the Rare Beauty primer on top of that. This is supposed to be an illuminating primer. Oh yeah, I can definitely see like the pearlescent in it. Just to give my skin a bit of glow because I'm so dry. I don't detect really any smell on the Rare Beauty one. And I was a little concerned when I first squirted it out because I saw it looked like it had like that pearlescent glow to it, which made me think that it might have some actual like shimmer or like glitter to it, but it doesn't at all. It actually just gave my skin a really natural, dewy looking finish. So I really, really like that a lot. First impressions on that are yes, please. Now I kind of wish I would have chose this for my base box because this was a choice. But because I bought this in the add-on sale, I picked the Ofra for my choice. But you never know because I get a PR box too. Maybe I'll get a second one in my PR box. Let's hope, because I am loving the way that these two together have made my skin look. Like, do you see that glow, you guys? It's like without being iridescent and just kind of very natural looking. Okay, so I am really excited. Now, like I said, this is 3 Cool. I don't know. It does look like it might be a little tad light. I feel like 4 would probably be the correct shade for me. And I'm a neutral undertone, and this is cool toned. So we're just gonna go with it. But I do think I have a brand new sponge, by the way, you guys. I did dampen it. So I got this off of an Ipsy sale. It was a 3-pack of the Araceli Beauty Blenders sponges. I got a 2-pack, the Bella Duo in BoxyCharm, like last month or maybe 2 or 3 months ago, but I'm in love with these sponges. But I wanted to use a brand new one for this because they do soak up product, and I don't want any previous foundations that might be soaked up into my skin to interfere with testing the Charlotte Tilbury. But the way that I think I'm actually going to apply it is kind of touch it in with my fingers and then blend and press it in with my sponge so that the sponge doesn't soak up too much product, because a damp sponge can really eat your product up. But it definitely is my favorite method of application. I feel like for dry, slightly maturing skin and enlarged pores, it definitely gives the most flawless finish. So this is definitely a little light for me. I'm sure that it will blend out just fine. And I've heard that with this foundation, it also kind of settles in and darkens just a bit. So I'm actually really surprised because this 3 Cool does not look cool toned at all. It actually looks a very neutral undertoned in my opinion. Okay, so I've got a good amount on. Let's go ahead and jump in with the blender and start pressing it in and blending it out. This is supposed to be a poreless airbrush, clearly, foundation. And I'm just kind of blending it in. And you guys, if you are a sponge girl and you're looking for a way to, like, if you like the way that pressing the product into your skin with a dampened sponge makes your finish look, but you don't like how it eats up a ton of product, that is an amazing trick, is to just kind of press it in with your fingers a little bit. Let the heat of your fingers kind of just melt it into your skin, and then go in with your damp sponge and just press and blend it out. It definitely minimizes your sponge eating the product. And this is definitely my favorite way to apply. So I'm actually really surprised now that it's blended out how much it just looks like my skin. I want to use my magnetized mirror and look close up. Okay, so it's supposed to be a poreless finish, and okay, so if I'm looking in my mirror without the magnetization, it looks super airbrushed and flawless. If I flip it to where it's magnified, I definitely still see my pores. I see my smile lines right here. And you can see the foundation kind of sitting on top of it. But I mean, you guys, I don't know literally of a foundation that completely erases pores and lines. Like, I don't think that exists. So let's take the magnification away and look like as a real person, like in real life, like not magnetized by 50 times. You guys, you really don't do that to yourself. Like, I do that to myself and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm the worst. I'm so ugly. My pores are huge. My lines are so bad. And then I'll flip my mirror around to like normal vision and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's not that bad. But seriously, don't do that to yourself with the I always say magnified mirror. Just don't do it. Okay, I actually really, really, really like that. It feels extremely lightweight on the skin. I don't know that I have like a full coverage from it, but I only used one pump for my whole face. I'm sure that it's buildable, but as somebody with very, very dry skin, of course, I would like a full coverage airbrushed look, but a lot of times for me, less is more because of my dryness and my enlarged pores. Like, too much makeup makes me look cakey and chalky, and I just don't like it. I don't like the way that that looks, but I'm loving the way this looks. Let me see if like I can get up close so you guys can see how natural it actually really looks. Like, I really, really like this, and I'm glad that I have 2 more shades, possibly 3 more shades coming to play with. Like, I really, really like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Now, I have some other videos that I'm going to film, so we're just going to go ahead and create a look together. I do want, so I'm going to go in with concealer, but I do that after I do my eyes, and we're going to do some eye makeup. I was thinking about jumping into this Ace Beauté Nostalgica palette. I have swatched a couple of the colors, but I have never used this palette on my eyes. It is so pretty. Oh, but I was also thinking about getting into the Ace Beauté Falling For You palette, which I used this when I first got it. And I think I might have used it a couple times, but it's so freaking beautiful. Both of these came from BoxyCharm. I got this in a box and I got this from the sale some months back. But I also have sitting here the Violet Voss Pinky Promise. This is another one that I think I've used this color here on my lid and maybe swatched this color, but it's pretty much an unused palette. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We're going to get into something, but first I need to prime my eyes. I'm going to go with my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Primer in the shade Fair. I'm just going to tap that onto my lids and buff it out. I love that primer. This is in the shade Fair. I could definitely go darker with it, but I like to really brighten my eye area, and I like to kind of drag it down the inner corner where I have darkness. And I know it looks a little crazy when it first goes on, but when the finished eye look is completed, it definitely It does not look so crazy. I feel like I got a little bit more on this side than I did on this side. But the reason that I like this primer so much, you guys, if you have not tried the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas, you really, really, really should. The reason that I love it so much is it's very smoothing for any fine lines in the eye area, and it also is super, super pigmented and covers up any veins or discoloration that you have on your eyes, and really allows you to start with like a blank canvas for your eye makeup. So definitely one of my faves. I hit pan on this one, but luckily actually, believe it or not, as empty as that looks, there is quite a few uses left in that bad boy. And then I also have one in my backup drawer because I love it. Okay. I am going to set that down just a bit with my Bella Pierre translucent powder. And I'm just going to grab a fluffy brush and dip a little bit in, tap excess off on the cap, and just kind of press it right onto that primer. I don't want to wipe it. I just kind of want to press it on so that I'm not wiping the primer off. I'm just setting it down. And doing this step, even as a dry skin girl, it really, really helps shadows from creasing. It helps them last, and it helps them blend out more effortlessly as well. It just kind of helps the colors just glide and blend. So, okay, so there we are. And let me grab my little... I pulled out a ton of brushes that I think I might need because I feel like in these videos, I'm constantly on the hunt for brushes. So I wanted to make sure that I had what I needed in front of me. And let's jump in. So now, what are we going to go with? I might actually use a little bit from a couple of them. I do think that for my transition, I'm going to start with the Falling For You palette. There's this really pretty kind of pinky mauve shade that is really kind of perfect for a transition shade. And let me get my mirror closer so I can see what is going on. I'm just going to take that and warm up my crease area a bit. Get a transition color laid in my crease. Always on the edge, blending upwards to lift your eye. If you have downturned eyes, that's a really nice trick to kind of get your eye to look lifted. Oh my goodness, I forgot how nice this palette was. You guys, the colors on this palette, this Ace Beauté palette, just go on so smooth. So smooth, my goodness. Okay. I think I'll go in one more time with that, just to build that crease up a bit. Okay, now, you guys, I have no idea where I want to go with this look, so I'm just winging it. There's something about the shimmers in this one that are really calling me, but it's the same with this one. Okay, so first let's just build up the outer edge a bit, and then I'll decide where I want to go with the shimmers. So what I'm going to do is, this is a Morphe M505, I believe. The writing is kind of worn off a little bit, but I'm going to grab, what am I going to grab here? Oh, I don't know. I kind of want to go with like this black and green and see what happens. Okay, but let's build it up. So first, let's go in with this deeper brown. and just kind of buff it in on this outer edge here. And build it up slowly. So unless I say otherwise, I'm just going into that same deep brown shade. I definitely prefer to build this outer corner up slowly and blend. This is you guys, this is on the sale right now for like $7. I almost want to go on and get another one, get a few of them, get one for a giveaway. This is an amazing palette. It really is. It's so smoothing on the eye, so easy to work with and blend, so pigmented. The shimmers, as far as I can remember, are on point as well. It has been a minute since I used it, which is kind of why I wanted to get into it. You can always use tape for your outer edge. For me, I'll just clean it up when I go in with my concealer. I always leave my concealer for one of the last things, definitely after my eye makeup, so that if I have fallout and so that I can clean up my edges, so I'm not worried about it looking kind of a little crazy on the edge. What I want to focus on is deepening up the edge and pulling the shadow up to lift the eye for the final look. I'm not worried if it doesn't look super even over there because it'll clean up super easily with my concealer. I think I'm going to grab a brush with no product on it and just kind of go in and blend this edge out to soften it just a bit. I feel like it went a little deeper than I wanted it to, but that's really easy to fix with just a brush with no product and just kind of blending it out. Okay, so let's jump into some shimmers. I think I'm going to use a couple ones. I am dying to use this green. It's just so pretty. I think I'm going to put something on my lid for a sticky base. So I'm just going to add a touch of my NARS eyeshadow primer on my lid here. Just kind of putting it on with the applicator and just pressing it on. And I'm just going kind of like from the inner corner to about right there with it. And this is just going to help accentuate the shimmers and really make them pop. You can definitely use a brush for this. And normally I do, but I'm just having fun with colors right now and just playing in makeup. And I'm just not worried about it. I'm just playing. So I'm going to go in with this green. This is Cider. I'm going to pick it up with my finger. Oh my God, you guys. That is so pretty. And I'm going to pat it on the outer part where I just put that NARS. I'm not bringing it all the way in. Oh my goodness, is that freaking insanely gorgeous. Oh. Oh my goodness. I need to turn my lighting down. I'm going to turn my lighting down just a little bit so that you guys can see this true to life. Let me just finish it. And then I will come back and change the lighting so that you guys can see, because this is stunning and my ring light is washing it out completely right now. I don't know why I don't feel like it was like that in the beginning of the video and all of a sudden it just seems brighter. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Okay. Oh no, do I not have a paper towel right here? Okay. Just need a paper towel to wipe my finger. Then I'm going to go in with, actually, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I am going to bring the green in all the way on the inner corner. or the inner part of the lid, not the inner corner. I apologize. So basically, from the inner part of the lid, and then just kind of blending into that deep matte shadow. And then I'm going to pick up some of this color right here, which is such a pretty shimmer. I'm going to pick up some of that. Oh, is that pretty? And just kind of place some on the center of the lid. I have been loving this technique for making your lids just pop. And just kind of press it in on the center of the lid there, but leaving pops of green on each side. That is so pretty. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to catch the other eye up, kind of just clean up the outside, and finish off the look. So I will be right back.
Hey babes, we have a finished look. So I did all of the same things that we did on the eye on camera to the other eye, and then of course I added some mascara, and I also added that deep color from the outer edge on the lower lash line, and then I warmed up my complexion with the LYS No Limit bronzer. I use the lightest shade. This also came out of a BoxyCharm. I absolutely love this bronzer. For blush and highlight, I decided to go in with the Blink palette, which also came out of BoxyCharm. I bought it on one of the sales and have barely touched it. These blushes are so pigmented. I really had to work on sharing it out after I used it. I was like, holy shit. And then I did not set the foundation because honestly, it looks so beautiful on my skin. And unless I'm looking for a super long wear out of my foundation, I don't typically set my whole face because I am such a dry skinned girl. I will set certain areas like my 11 lines, underneath my eyes, around my nose. And if I had to spot conceal like any blemishes, like you remember the big spot that was right there, I will set those areas. And for that today, I used my KVD Beauty Lock It In. I have this in like a super, super fair shade, and I like to use it for setting under my eyes to brighten and just like kind of like brighten right here. I set like right in between my eyebrows with it, and areas that I want super bright just to kind of like highlight the look. And then for lips, you guys, okay, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm not loving it. I used something that I bought a rose quartz hair mask off of Mercury or Masari. How in the hell? Somebody in the comments down below, let me know how is that pronounced. I feel like it's Mercury. I bought one of the rose quartz hair masks that I absolutely fell in love with after I got one out of Ipsy. I've heard a Hot Mess Mama talk about these, but I had never tried it until I got one in my Ipsy last month. I fell in love. I have literally went through a whole jar and then bought another one off Makiage, and I just received it. But the first one that I bought, that lady sent me a couple extra random products. One of them was this lippy. I've never heard of it before. It just says Cougar on it. Let me know if you've ever heard of this brand. It's definitely a matte, and I put a little bit of gloss on top of it, the little Anastasia little mini gloss on top of it, and I don't love it. I just don't love the color on me. Like, it's okay. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So there's that. And then for my lashes, since we were, I was feeling the vibe with the Charlotte Tillberry, I did go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes, which I bought a while back and did not love when I tried it. I felt like it was a super awkward wand. Like, it's super flat on one side, and then it has these mini bristles on the sides. And then, like, in here, it's completely flat with no bristles. But You guys, so after this happens to me all the time with mascaras, after revisiting it today, I wish that I would have recorded this part because I was so blown away. I literally took my time and played with the wand and like twisting it from the base outwards. And you guys, my lashes are so lengthened and so beautifully separated and fanned out. I will definitely be using this again. I definitely had to like play with the wand a little bit, and I do feel like once air gets into the formula of mascaras, most of the time I like them better. I don't like a super wet formula. But this time I really, really liked it. I definitely love the way that the eyeshadow look turned out with the Ace Beauté. This is an amazing palette, you guys. It is on sale on the BoxyCharm drop shop order right now for $7. If you want to get it, I definitely recommend it. As far as the primers and the foundations that I used today, I feel like my skin looks really, really, really nice. Even close up, it looks good. I like it. I am so excited to get the other shades of this that I have coming and try out the neutral shades. I do think now, testing out the 3, that the 5 will be too dark for me. But it could possibly be my perfect summertime shade. So I'm really excited to have these in my collection. And yeah, I'm going to let you guys go for now. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys very, very soon in my next video. Bye.